Alright. But yeah. Let's finally get on the boat, I guess. E. Like, pretty good with healing items. I only have 3. I want to hope so. Or I might... I already have a save file here. But yeah, I actually did learn...
The skiff
Oh,
floats on the calm mirror of the sea. Its 2 seats are empty.
okay. But yeah, I did learn a little bit about the previous event with the riders. And yeah, so apparently, surprisingly, you were supposed to survive that. And you're also supposed to warn Kim about the armored dude trying to attack from behind. Because otherwise, yeah, apparently Kim would just end up going to the hospital. And I don't know if he was like, killed or not. Probably more injured than, yeah, not warning him, than warning him. So yeah, yeah. Otherwise, you would have to go on in the boat with Kuno, out of all fucking people.
Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts?
Okay, ready.
Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
God, even the game is telling me, oh, are you ready? This is the final act of the game. You take that engine cam, I'll hold the boombox.
What?
What? How else do we blast the sad FM on our way to the island? You heard me, don't make me repeat myself. Say nothing. Yeah, let's go with the first one. How else do we blast our sad FM?
Fine. Let's blast Sad FM then.
Sad FM is a radio station specializing in sad, slow
Wow.
rock songs. You seem to know its frequency by heart.
Mm-hmm. Am I really ready? That's the question. Am I ready? Have I made all preparations? Have I tied up all loose ends? Or any ends that are not dead? Yeah, I think
The
we did.
skiff float. Have you made all the necessary preparations? Closed all your accounts?
I think I did. Yeah, we did.
Remember what the net picker said.
Okay, we're going. We're going. Let's not think about it too much. Ah, he actually is doing it. Great.
Want to be free. Want to be free.
The glitching audio is not helping. Like, you customers are hearing this, right? Okay, we're going by the church now. Yeah, I'm surprised out of all the missions I've done, that one was the one I was able to complete. Like, yeah. I didn't expect to get back to that one. But again, there's not really much since, you know, a lot of people are dead. Yeah. Yeah, we never actually did get access to that bunker. Maybe we should go check that out. Oh, okay. Well, too late. Alright, the island. That honestly doesn't feel that far away from, yeah. Honestly, if it wasn't for the stuff in the water, this looks like it could have been a simple swim across. In fact, I kind of understand how the children are able to get here on rafts. Yeah, it's not that far away. Hmm.
The boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes off in the distance.
Let's go.
Alright. And let's put one into the pain threshold. And our endurance. Because I may need that. Makeshift bridge. Let's see. Got some chains.
The chain trails off into the ocean, connecting the island to the supply depot on the coast.
Hmm. This leads to the depot on the land end.
Ah, yes, so it seems.
What do you think it's used for?
For bringing munitions to the island, maybe?
Oh.
And supplies? You could also lock the bay when you raise the chain.
As a defensive measure, lock it off that side of the bay.
From whom, though?
From enemies.
Oh.
Enemies of the commune of Revachol.
Okay.
This sea fort was a revolutionary fortification, I believe.
Alright. Good to know. I'm still holding the boombox. Hold on. Maybe I should be holding my gun. I don't think I even have any bullets on me. Yeah, I have no bullets on me. I guess the bullet I picked up from, that was hidden earlier doesn't count? Yeah.
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far away, birds' wings touch the still surface of the
What
sea.
is this flutter?
The flock of quail departs. Now more than 100 meters away, 102,
Underneath the flutter?
105. On the islet, there is almost no wind under the rain quietly falling on the reeds. Bulrushes swaying on the waterline. Long dried leaves chafing against each other. The soft raindrops. Like a silent orchestra tuning at the beginning of some major work. Of great importance to the few who attend.
To the east?
The faraway roar of the city, distant like today's dream. Before it, the sound of sand, the low tide filtered through its grains, a bird tending to its feathers. Raindrops fall on water, strangely quiet, forming circles in the distance.
Let's try the west.
A silent hiss, sea air moving through the needles of a pine tree.
But ahead.
A low hum. The air slowly moves through a concrete box, through its ancient slits and cracks, resonating, hollow. A big building.
Further north?
Air flows out of a pillbox window. There is very little there. The air cossets flowers on a meadow. Absolute silence. Reeds motionless. Bulrushes motionless. A drop of rain falls on a black log of an extinguished campfire.
Below the silence?
A jitter. A sound impatient to happen, but not yet in this world.
Kim?
Yes?
Have you noticed how quiet it is?
I have. Is that why we're stopping?
No, let's go. I don't know, it's like too quiet on this island. I mean, yet again, it is abandoned, but question is, who's the lunatic that lives in this island? Or isolated
ICM.
man?
This feels familiar
Huh.
somehow.
Kim, what is the ICM? RCM? Sounds like RCM, Rebel Civilian Matilla. uh,
Insulindian Citizens Militia.
oh,
It's the official name of the Communards Army. The Black
alright.
and White Army of the Revolution.
Sounds an awful lot like.
RCM.
It does.
Yeah. If we replace the I with the R.
The RCM may descend from the ICM.
May.
It's impossible to say.
Oh.
It was chaos after the war.
Yeah.
The name was good for getting people to join us. Revachol West was mostly workers and criminals.
Nice political thoughts rush through your neocortex. A mediocre athlete would pant from dragging around his body on a busted crutch. But not you. You're thinking about politics with blood dripping down your thigh.
What I'm hearing is that we descend from a glorious revolutionary army. So embarrassing in 51. No, maybe we need to rebrand. Nah. Nah, rebrand. Like a VTuber would like rebrand themselves after, I want to say, like half a year. What I'm hearing is that we just descend. Yes, we're descendant.
There were all sorts of groups and groupuscules back then. It doesn't really matter.
The biggest communism built. Oh man. Listen, I just click on all the possible like text boxes I can. A white star points to the star on the label.
No, an upside down star.
Ah, right. Oh yeah, it is upside down. If that barrel is right side up.
With its horns in the sky,
Oh
the
yeah, it is.
symbol of
It's
the
collecting
commune.
water. Are those speck stars too?
No, that's the uninhabited archipelago.
Yeah.
A DeLorean-era symbol of Insulinda, known as the face in the sea.
I mean, it does obviously look old. I mean, you can see the rust and everything.
After 44 years?
Yeah.
That's not nearly enough to hide what happened here, Lieutenant
Oh.
Freighter. One of these barrels was still leaking fuel, as you saw. The city is full of things like this. Old bullets, guns, fuel.
I'll just finish my thoughts like that. Alright. There's a lot of things here. Let's check those lockers out. Oh, okay, no wonder why I couldn't move. We're on the production bars. I'm sorry, I just looked this factory and just can't help but think of the current streams I've been having of Factoria or Satisfactoria. Yeah. I tell you. Good game, by the way. Just honestly, if you have a bunch of friends to play it with, it's satisfying.
An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift, with makeshift electrical wiring running out of its side and across the floor. The cables disappear into the wall to your right. The lieutenant puts his hand on the metal barrel, checking for warmth.
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
Let's see, where do these wires lead?
Downstairs, somewhere?
Probably. What kind of generator is this?
Liquid carbon. I would
Yeah.
imagine it takes mazout.
Huh.
The kind that's favored by vagrants and fuel thieves. It's been a long winter, long and cold.
If anyone stayed here, they'd need a generator.
Tap the side.
A hollow ring. The canister is empty. Dust falls from the generator and down into the ammo lift.
What does this mean? A generator here?
I don't know. I'm not a philosopher.
That is his idea of a joke.
I am. This generator proves I'm not gonna kick the fucking generator. It's like, ah, yes, this generator proves the universe's materials. I'm not gonna hurt my foot. I'm not gonna hurt my foot, Chat. Come on. I know I maxed out on endurance, but still. Why is it here?
Someone with basic
There you
electrical
go.
skills has restored it in order to keep the room warm. Maybe it's the fire guy.
The wind outside picks up suddenly, with a faint howl. Inside, it's warm.
Oh man, I can't. I can imagine like playing this game and having like maxed out physical perks. So pretty much just maxed out on all of the physique. Oh man, that would be interesting. If I got like 2 points, think of maybe upgrading the electrochemistry or shivers or half light. Out of these three, I think shivers. Yeah, shiver. Okay, these give me like a +2, but shivers also give me a bonus from items +1. Yeah, I think I'll do that. Hmm. Hmm. Borrowed shirt. Yep, someone definitely been sleeping here.
There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner,
Hmm.
resting on piles of soft cover books. White linen and a pillow are visible under a worn-out caracal blanket.
Someone has been squatting here.
Yeah.
The linen is fresh, recently washed.
There are signs that someone lives.
You force the rest of the sentence out through pain, thick as molasses, no longer able to hear yourself speak.
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead.
Should I rest?
Yes, anytime.
Here's what I'm gonna do.
This old cylindrical generator, wait,
I don't...
that is his idea.
Pick it. Ow!
A small agony. Minuscule bones may have fractured, but it proves the point. He nods approvingly. The wind outside picks up.
Okay, I go sleep now.
The greasy.
The offer...
The bed is quite inviting. You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. You didn't realize how tired you were. Your body is still nowhere near healed.
Especially after that kick.
The blanket feels cold. The entire room does. Concrete and cold. Minutes pass. Half an hour maybe. The sounds of the sea beyond grow distant. Your eyelids close until you feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the mattress. Slowly, the world begins to hatch from the blackness. It's evening. Sleep.
Ah shit, where's Kim go? Go outside to the beach. How do we even head outside? Oh. Is the fact that there's nothing else to select right now? Huh. Can't actually get in? Can I enter? Why am I stuck? The door was like right here, right? I, I can't go anywhere. Oh, here we go. Didn't know I could actually go under the factory. Hey, where did Kim run off to? Hmm. Yeah, looking around, I don't see him. Okay, I can go over here. Oh, walk into the water now? Wait. Repeat footprints on the water. I'm on the water. Further. Why am I walking on water? What?
Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state turns around to face you. She has an airship airbag in her hand.
Hey, there's a
She
dream
seems
sequence.
to be in a hurry, off to advise the Queen of Shest, most likely. This is the Holy Suzerain of Muindi and Insulinda. Definitely not your wife. You need to talk to her. Think of the historical knowledge you could glean. I don't know, man. What is the Holy Suzerain doing here? Something seems off.
Yeah. I like these choices. Hey, something's off. Where are you going? What's in the bag? Can you stay for a moment? We need to talk. We need to have one more massive epic showdown. Oh man. Where are you going?
I'm going to Morova, to live there in Grad. It's 1,000,000 kilometers away, Harry. Might as well be another lifetime.
Hey,
Hey,
how are you doing?
I'm doing really good, actually. Both
Casual
professionally and
conversation.
romantically. I've come to a fulfilling and peaceful period in my life. Well, how are you doing, Harry?
I'm in my head. I miss you. I'm not doing well.
Well, don't say that. I know this positive thing sounds stupid to you, Harry, but it works. We all have an obligation to be happy. You too. And you will be. Now,
Something is off.
I'm sorry. I was heading to the aerodrome. I just don't have time to...
What's in the bag?
Just my scepter, my globe cruciger, a spare silk gown, a toothbrush, travel documents, the crown of immortality.
Crown of Immortality. Aren't you already wearing one?
Oh, this. This is just a wreath.
Hmm.
The crown of immortality is made of rarefied light, mana and raw palladium. It was passed on to me by the rulers of late antiquity.
She looks at the suitcase, not knowing what more to say. Then, over her shoulder,
Anyway,
Can you stay for a moment? We need to have a talk. One massive epic showdown.
no,
Yeah.
Harry. No,
No,
I
why
don't
not?
want a massive epic showdown.
Aw,
I want to go to the aerodrome.
yeah.
I have tickets for the 10:20 flight to Morova. Really,
Okay. Well, she has a point. She doesn't want to miss her flight.
we don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words has been played out. The atoms don't form us anymore.
Hmm.
Us, our love, our unborn daughters.
Mhm.
It's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome. I have to leave Ravachol and you. And you have to be alone. In hell. Forever. That's just the way it is.
I had like the most casual way of just breaking up. Like they said they weren't our wife, so I'm guessing girlfriend or something.
oh
Wow.
God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try now.
Okay. But that's not a very good way for things to be. I bought this figure of the headless fallen rider. Take it.
I don't want it.
Aw.
It looks expensive. I don't want it.
What did I pay? I don't know how much I paid for it actually, but I thought you liked figurines. I bought the figurine when you were getting back.
That's not what figurines do, Harry.
But then the figurines don't do anything.
She looks at the headless found
Yeah.
rider between your fingers and doesn't know what to say. The figurines don't do anything? Anything at all? But I thought the historic figure she had.
She liked the war games and figurines.
Yes, I thought it would be good.
What about this dice?
Harry, I don't want things. I want to go to the aerodrome.
Okay, I won't give you things.
I didn't ask for things. It's too late to give me anything. I would
That-
have liked the headless fallen rider back then.
But then, not a very good way for things to be.
It's not. But
Tell me. Tell me there's something good.
I don't know why I said but. There is no but.
That's it?
That's it, yes.
Really?
We've talked about it a million times. You will get over it. Just like I did.
Mm-hmm.
People do. Things will get good for you again.
Yeah.
Where in hell?
Good for me, I'm in fucking hell. In fucking hell?
Oh yes, she'll come around now. I made her love you again, Harry.
Really?
Her innocence, Dolores Day, fiddles with the handle of her airport bag. She has
I mean,
a
this is a
pained
dream.
expression on her face. It's agonizing. I don't understand. It was, she herself said.
We were bad for each other, okay?
Hmm.
I was bad for you. Can you not see? I'm bad. I had to stop. I couldn't just turn into a bad person. You will get better. It just takes some time. For you, I think it will take something like 20 years, maybe? It was hard for me too, you know?
20 years?
I used to think I couldn't live without you. But I can.
That is so much time.
Yes. It only took me 1 year, maybe 2. Phew.
So you felt that way once, that you cannot live without me?
Yes. But that time is gone now. So very gone.
Let's see, I could withdraw or proceed. I could be like, it doesn't have to be this way. Maybe we could try again. Or I could be like, okay then, super okay. I still have other things I need to know. We're proceeding.
No, Harry. We can't.
But why?
We already tried again, and it didn't work.
Okay.
Is that how it is now? We should just try all good things twice and then give up. By that logic,
Listen, they always said third time the charm. What went wrong when we tried again? I can do better.
I don't know. Please.
But why?
Harry, we can't be together because you're insane.
I'm insane. Like, wow, the cop's crazy. Okay, that's not a good one to say. I'm not insane. Don't say that. I am the sanest person okay, no, we're kind of insane. Insane like a cool insane. Like a cool
they're turning
insane.
moist now. Her eyes. She slowly shakes her head and tries to get a hold of herself, brushing her hands in her gown.
What do you mean
You know
insane?
what I mean.
Like everyone gets a little down? Yeah. In case you haven't noticed, I'm a cop and it's not easy work like some of the academy or something. Not, I may know what you mean. I might as well agree, honestly, on the matter. Even I have to
No,
agree.
you don't.
What do you mean I don't?
You've worked there for so long, you can't even talk like a normal person anymore. It's always lists with you. Questions.
Questions? Did someone say questions?
Okay. Yeah, reaction speed really does pick up. They're not lists, they're trees. I don't have a list. Let's lie.
This is another list, isn't it?
Oh god, are they breaking the fourth wall and just talking about the list of options we have? Oh wow. It's possible to talk. Yes, it's not possible to talk about that list. That's absolutely normal. Everyone has them. But I like my list. No.
It's not just the lists.
No.
You get sad, Harry. Too sad. People can't get that sad. Other people get sad too, but not like you. You stay down for too long. You only communicated with encyclopedic trivia. In conclusion, you're ill. You're an old, insane man. And you have to be in hell until the end of your life. And I have to go to Morova.
I know you still love me. Kiss me. Okay, that was a fail. Yeah. 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 Ah.
Your feet still tremble from the steps you took, as if over an enormous distance, standing against her. Her body close to you, radiating more. With your eyes closed, you move your lips on her
She
mouth.
just disintegrates after this one.
She is not kissing you back.
Oh no. Oh wow, it's just it's like we're kissing a mannequin right now. Squeeze her wrist. Oh, okay, well let's not be aggressive. Move your okay, that kind of awkward. Cold shiver against her cheek against my okay. I can feel her breath. It failed.
This was not about failure or success. This was always going to be horror. I should not have suggested it, and you should not have listened to me.
Feel her breath.
Her chest rising like a pillow, warm exhalations against the side of your
cheek
mouth.
against
Her
mine.
tender soul moving through her lungs feels like soft fuzz, a bird covered in down feathers, brushing against your broken capillaries. The world's most precious material, reserved for those she lets close enough to feel it.
Cold,
You are stealing a touch. It's not yours to take.
cold silver against my
A
forehead.
delicate wreath on her forehead, pressing into your temple. The silver is cold from the spring evening
I
air.
feel like that'd be bad to squeeze her wrist. Move your mouth. Okay, that'd be awkward, but okay.
Nothing, just pillows against you. Unresponsive, but for the taste of apricots.
Okay, what about wrist?
Her hand does not return the grip.
Oh.
Her body is rigid. A current of unease
Yeah, we're literally
courses
just
through
making
it.
out with a mannequin right now.
Distrust. For you,
You're not kissing
the
me,
curve
Mac.
of her spine. The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours.
Oh. Well, that's a shame. Oh well. The romance scene gone wrong.
Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew and you held on to her hand, she tried not to look at your face and see the expression there. Brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I failed you.
That's it then.
No, Harry. Not yet.
What?
There is one more thing you have to see.
What else?
I'm pregnant.
What? 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 It's not mine. It's not mine.
Of course not.
Knew it.
I terminated yours.
Ooh.
Don't you remember? You poor fuck.
Ooh.
Poverty-stricken fuck.
Okay, when I thought so she did get an abortion, I guess. I thought their baby just died. It was like, I thought it was a miscarriage, you know? Damn.
Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions. Let's talk about something else.
No, this has to end. Do the last one.
Okay, game, just yeah. Don't go.
I have to, Harry. Really, I've already missed the 8:30. I'm gonna go now.
Lies, sire. She cannot but love you. She has said so 100 times.
Okay, wait, can we sit down and have a coffee first? There's a cafeteria in the corner, pointies. Hold on, what is there to do in Mirova? You really don't want me to let you go? Not really. You asked not to? Okay, I understand. Sounding like a... Yeah, I mean... No, actually, wait, I need to see my list again. Sorry, where's my list? Wait. Okay, that's a bit too dramatic. Yeah, let's just wrap it up, honestly.
No, you don't.
What?
You're just being a martyr.
Oh,
And I'm really going now.
no.
The time is up.
Will we ever see
I
each
must
other
be on a
again?
10:20 flight. I won't see you, but you will see me.
How can that be?
Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Can't you see? I'm already in Morova by now.
Oh.
Who knows how long ago this happened? A year? 2? 5 years ago?
5 years ago, I guess. How will I see you again then?
Right here, tomorrow night.
Mm.
Once this dream starts happening, it keeps happening. 3 times a week, at least. And Harry, it really, really looks like it started happening again. There's the video rental. I'm suffocatingly beautiful. And young. And I smell of tutti frutti chewing gum. Like I did that time when I asked you for forgiveness. After leaving you the first time. So long ago.
Yeah, no, this is bad.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
This is real darkness. It's not death or war or child molestation. Real darkness has love for a face.
Oh.
The first death is in the heart, Harry. See you tomorrow.
There she goes. Like I knew there was a dream sequence. Totally. Oh, hey. How's it going, Kim?
You're up quick. How was your sleep?
Let's solve this fucking case. My sleep was deep and invigorating. Try to cover up the blood seeping out of your hand. Actually, it's totally an annihilation cam. Sallow the blood, and conclude. Let's comb the entire island centimeters by centimeters to see what the next step in the task chain. Spit out the blood and get back to your work. You're badass like that. Hmm. Let's solve this fucking
Are you
case.
sure you're okay? You thrashed around and you bolted up, half covered in blood from your wound.
Yeah, my sleep was deep and invigorating.
Of course, I was just thinking maybe you've torn your stitches. Are you ready to move on?
Actually, it was a total annihilation, Kim.
I did not want to wake you. Perhaps I should have?
Nah.
Was it a job dream?
Oh, he was asking about my dreams. Nah. Next wife.
The lieutenant nods solemnly.
Apparently I had a wife. Swallow the blood and continue. Let's comb the entire island.
Okay.
Yes.
Books and magazines lie scattered on the floor and on a makeshift cupboard. They are not particularly well organized. Most are soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories from the 20s and 30s. This disparate digest includes the classic Animal Adventures. Popular depictions of man versus nature by amateur naturalists T&T Harpin. Husband and wife. Widely read by people from all walks of life. Who doesn't like nature? Who doesn't want to survive? Among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories, you find a magazine cathodique for electrical engineering. Then it's back to pulp. Light.
Someone's made themselves a home.
Oh yes, under the bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory, that is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Ouzia. It's not exactly light reading.
Look him, powerful communist theory, rigorous and truthful. Look him, deranged commie ranting. Look him, downbeat dribble for people who can't get shit done. Look at a book left wing. I have no comments. Do you? I have no comments on the matter.
Ouzia. Humanitarian sciences. Stands out. Not a lot of critical theory around in Ravachol West anymore.
Your incendiary remark has failed to provoke him. Wasn't there some in the communist student's room?
Oh yeah, the student in the apartment building seems to have some as well.
Well, yes. That one student did.
The little books seem inconsequential next to the big pile of frivolous entertainment covering them.
What does it mean?
Again, I am not a philosopher, but whoever has lived here, they have some education and a certain set of interests.
Interesting.
Yeah, they sure do. A new scarf. Oh, very nice. Alright, let me actually go check out the lockers now. Oh, a lot more healing items. Let's see. Okay, now that was the entrance I couldn't go through. Yeah, let's try going over here. Oh wait, there's... Let me check out this. Is this busted still?
Green paint flicks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel, a frequency band, and even a keyboard. The keys rattle like teeth.
What?
This keyboard hasn't been functional in decades.
What is this?
The console of an anti-computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out, they terminate here.
Okay, it is actually functional. Okay, what does it do?
Urgence, ouvert, allumé, radiodiffusé. Sounds like this device was used to control the electronics here. Maybe it still does.
This device was used to control the electronics in the room. It could open doors, control lights, function as a radio computer.
Turn emergency open.
We need to restore power before using this, officer. The generator, it didn't look like there was fuel in it. We should look around outside.
Find
There are
fuel for
barrels all
generator.
over. Maybe one of them still has something in it.
The boat engine.
Oh yeah, or we could use some from the boat engine. I don't know if we should waste that.
But officer, then we would have to swim back to the mainland.
Yeah.
Let's just look around, okay?
The consul stands by, mutely. Urgence over.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point. There's really not that much fuel in that boat, so yeah. Anything out the window? Hmm. Can I still walk on water? Okay. Can we actually go up here now? Game. Okay, actually, we can. Okay, here we go. Rashid and chain. Don't think we can go anywhere further ahead from here. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. Let's see.
You see a small metal door nested inside a larger
How
one.
do we
A
open
heavy
this?
steel blast door. There is a conventional keyhole above the handle.
Okay, yeah,
It's
it's
very
locked.
small.
Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the ceiling. It must control the blast door.
You're right. We opened the big one. Do you see the controls anywhere?
Yeah, on the console just southeast of here. Remember?
Hmm.
Let's look around. Getting the blast door open seems like the best plan.
Yep. Probably we should head outside, back outside. Hmm. All right. Let's see, what more can we explore over here? Empty. Hmm. Anybody get over there? Nope. Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea to use the fuel from the boat to open it up. Cause, yeah, last thing we need to do is have to swim back. mean, I see something on the side. I just can't get access to it. Hmm. All right. There might be something on the other side, though. Definitely something I might be missing. What's this? A step? More hidden goodies. All right. Hmm. It doesn't look like I can explore much further out here. Hmm. This is quite the predicament, I could say. Hmm. Do we check, like, under the bed if there was any tanks or anything?
The heavy metal door.
Another part of the island, probably. The lock looks like
Hmm.
it could still be usable.
The greasy old spring mattress. This old cylindrical generator waits with its
Downstairs, into the console, then from there into the room's electronics.
Hmm. Gotta figure out, like... how do we get fuel, though?
The console is powered off and nothing happens. The dial slides under the glass. Silently, you make out defunct stations on the UKV frequency. The words, Feld Insula, are written on the band. An idea lights up in your head.
Oh, maybe we could contact Suna, the program relay, to open the door for us remotely?
This is an air-gapped system.
Oh,
Of air, I think they call it. That won't work.
are you sure?
No, I'm not. But it would not be very good military technology if programmer ladies could control it remotely. Also, it's ancient, incompatible.
Yeah, could this open the blast door?
Possibly. Urgence, ouvert, allumé, radiodiffusé. It sounds like this device was used to control the electronics here. Maybe it still does.
This device was used to control the electronics in the room. It could open doors, control lights, function as a radio computer.
Hmm.
This old cylindrical generator, wait.
I can't figure it out.
The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
Do I seriously have to go back for fuel? Is that it? I thought this was a one-time trip. Seriously? Hmm. Yeah, honestly, I'm not seeing a lot awfully here.
Yes?
Yeah. I think there was a bunker area that I missed out on. Yeah. I remember seeing it in the dream sequence. Let me head this way. Hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Right. Up here. Okay, I feel dumb. My sense of directions. God, this game is showing how shit they are. So we got
There's a
fuel.
rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof.
Hmm.
At the head of it, double embrasures, firing slits like two eyes in the wall.
This looks like a good place to aim from.
Inspect the wall.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window.
Hmm. Look through the hole.
The
Is that
springs
connected?
screech as you lean on the mattress and crane your neck to look out. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting.
No.
1 kilometer across the water. The ruins look familiar.
On the left.
A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire.
Okay.
Capeside apartments. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A and 33B.
How about the right?
The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 10. The doomed commercial area.
Oh. And the other two, or between.
The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop. Sunlight reflecting off the upstairs window of Clausia's room.
Motherfucker.
What does that mean? Do you have line of sight to the window?
Yes.
More than that,
Him, with the pair of binoculars, I would be able to see inside the room. Wow.
A pair of binoculars? Or a scope of a rifle? You'd be
Yeah.
prone, lying on a mattress, barrel resting on the embrasure.
Wow.
cheek against a cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger, on a calm day like this.
I don't want to boast.
I think we have it.
Yeah.
The origin of the shot.
Yep.
This is the sniper's nest.
Here it is.
Affirmative.
Better late than never.
Nothing pointed here. Many leads pointed elsewhere.
Yeah, you're right. Especially with the whole hanging situation. You're right.
He looks north, over the fortification, then at the mattress.
Could the shooter still be here?
Where?
On this island.
He does not answer, just nods.
Yeah?
With his back hunched, he looks around once more.
We should move now.
Yeah, we should.
A single-person mattress, modern, civilian use. Brand name, Marjorie. There's a fuel stain on the cover, along with cigarette burns,
Hello.
and an empty can of beans on the ground next to it, filled
okay.
to the brim with cigarette butts.
He was smoking.
The silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter, the brand Tio Moteri. Contemporary Revacholians prefer Juan, a local blend from the southern islands,
Alright.
or Astra, the legendary cigarette from Grad. Tio Moteri is favored by older men for its paper filter tips, sweet smell, and added tar.
It's not the same brand of cigarettes extinguished in the land end, point west.
Could be a coincidence. Or the same person has visited Land's End and here. I didn't see any signs of smoking inside though. If people live there, they keep it tidy. This here may also be a smoking spot.
Alright. We finally got the fuel for the inside generator. Nah, I'm sorry, I still feel dumb just not going up there. Because every single time I go here, I never thought to go up there. Even though I know I did it once during the dream sequence on accident. Ah, god, my sense of direction is questionable. Like, yeah. Alright, let's just go inside. Hopefully he's not there. Yeah, he's probably somewhere past the store, maybe. Alright, let's refuel the generator thingy.
This old cylindrical generator waits with its fuel cap open. Makeshift the lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt.
Thank you.
Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a chemical smell. There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The lieutenant flicks the switch.
Pull the rope.
The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old warhorse before settling down to a rattle.
That should do it.
Yeah. Sweet. Might actually, that'll do a quick save. Just in case. Oh yeah, we actually have to go access the control panel now. Yes. Let's see what we
It's
can
on.
do. Yep.
Turn emergency open.
Automatic boot. The blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in.
Oh, it opens way more than I thought it would. Yeah, we're giving out our location already if he's still on the island. Like, tell me if you're not like convict hiding on this island that you would just hear the screeching of like the own door you probably
After you.
operate or closed. Just to hide yourself, just open. Yeah. Everyone's be like, oh shit, the feds are already on my trail. Ah, what's there? What if we get into another fight?
Don't worry. I have a gun.
I got no bullets.
Harry, this reminds you, you're out of bullets.
My gun's out of bullets, by the way.
Then it's extra good that mine is not.
What
I
is
don't know.
there?
A thin wisp of smoke rises from a charred black fire pit.
Alright,
The wind picks up.
let's go. Oh wait, hold on. Let me check out the other
A
switches
dim
though.
golden glow animates the console. Faint.
Push
The lighting in the room turns on with a sizzle. A dim ambient orange. The dial slides.
Insula.
It's an air-gapped system. And off-air.
Well, now I just gave out our location even more by turning on the lights. Alrighty then. Definitely just gonna put one into reaction speed. Alright, and we're out of here. Yep. Oh. Okay then. Hello, sir.
An old man, wearing tracksuit trousers, leans on the frame stock of his rifle. He gathers a big ball of spit in his mouth, then spits it out into the extinguished fire before him. He raises his black eyes, hooded by creased eyelids, to meet yours, unclouded by cataracts. His eyesight is sharp.
Let's see. You are fire guy?
The what now? I can't hear you.
Did you recently tell two kids to put out their fire, two twins?
I may have.
Yeah?
All sorts of little rats have come sniffing around, trying to give up the position.
The position sounds like a hiding place.
Yep.
Fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk like a grown-up.
You change your eyesight.
My eyesight? Yes. Helps me see all the shit.
Yeah, nice gun you got there.
It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. But it gets the job done.
Billy McGrave?
It's a 3-Angong 446.
Southeast
Okay, well
Samurai
done.
made. Exotic. Must be defunct too. No modern rifle manufacturer of that name springs to mind.
A Samurai rifle. How did you get hold of one?
I like how Kim is just invested asking the killer that.
It was sent to us by our brothers in the Xinyao commune. Military aid.
It has stayed true to him. He can still make it sing.
Do you close the blast door?
I did. And you opened it. How?
The fuel generator, then use the console? How did you know I was coming?
Reactionary rock and roll music. Playing on the water.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
You didn't say that, Kim.
I did.
We have entered a world where he said you shouldn't. It is the only world.
Yeah, it's not rock and roll, it's sad FM.
Sad FM, huh?
Yeah.
I always hated that station. Phlegmatic, counter-revolutionary dirges. Sadness is a mental illness, a weapon of the bourgeoisie. The fascists were right about rock and roll. It is degenerate, hip gyrating, mental illness music.
The Hisio commune.
You heard me. It's good now, like chalk wiped from the board.
He's right. Almost no one remembers there was a third metastasis of the world revolution in the Saffrey Empire, extinguished in '06.
Yeah, I remember it.
They wouldn't like hearing their name in your mouth. Damn
Sure,
dog.
sure weapon has stayed true to you. Mine has stayed true to me.
Yes, I bet you've killed a lot of people with it.
Yeah,
You fascist fuck.
you're one to talk.
Have you come to make me one of them?
We have come to ask you questions, nothing more. If you do not comply, we will take you in. Do you understand?
Alright, sir, I need you to lie down the gun so we can talk further. We're the police. Sorry to disturb you, goodbye. Just say that to the killer, wow. I'm with the police, so you can keep the gun. You can keep the gun, but keep it down. Not one move. I think he'll refuse. You can keep the gun. Yeah, just let him keep his fucking weapon that he can probably use to shoot us. No scope, man. And yet again, I don't know. I think you really need. Actually, yeah, put the gun down.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol from the holster.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
His elbows rest on the frame stock, calmly for now. But he may still get it in his hands. Looks like he knows the weapon.
Alright. I am an enemy commander rank. Put it down. God, what is our authority? It's only a 2. Damn. Keep the gun down while we talk.
No.
Okay.
Put it down now, sir.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question me. To hell with it. It's a walking stick anyway. It's out of bullets.
The old man lays the rifle down carelessly and then looks at it lying there.
Like an amputated limb in the sand. He stares on, his wrinkled mouth moving without a sound. A strange sadness, like a song.
What did you say?
The future teaches you to be alone.
The present.
The present?
The present to be afraid and cold.
Pick up the gun lying in the sand. Those words, the future teaches you.
Real music. Real brilliant cult. That's La Revacholière, not your rock and roll misanthropy. Chanson de soldat of the black and whites.
Marching song.
So, I'm not a Mr. Paint, I'm a half-dead police officer who's just doing their job.
The job of a shitlicker.
I know the La Revolution is there. It's the marching song of the World Revolution.
There you go.
Oh.
1 of 3. In Grad, they sang Brave Children, favourites of history. And in Sinyao, it was some Samaran shit, I guess.
In Sinyao, they sang Boy with a Scythe, Golden Sun.
At first it wasn't the Shamran shit, it was the boy with the scythe.
I fucking know what they sang. I watched those little fuckers die in my arms. Little ones came to help us. Got cut to shreds. You don't fucking tell me what they sang.
Okay. How did it go, the song?
How did it go? something about shooting rabbits. I don't know. I can't remember. It doesn't matter. It's gone now.
So, if I can shoot rabbits, then I can shoot fascists too. Those are the next lines.
Alright. Thank you,
What are
Encyclopedia.
you talking about?
He doesn't recognize it.
Yeah. Pick up the gun lying in the sand. Who are you?
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross, Political Commissar of the 114th Anti-Aircraft Division of the 4th Army of the Commune of Revachol. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war. This is my termless surrender.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I was recruited in Jamrock in '07, trained in the École de Contrôle Orient, and consigned to emergency defense duties in '08. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. Still armed and ideologically trained, I wrote a criticism of myself and resumed partisan duties.
51 minus 8 equals 43.
So you've been on this island for 43 years.
No. I've been on other islands too.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I was in Resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was 22 years ago.
So again, you've been hiding here for 43 years?
43 years and 10 months.
Damn. The length of my entire life.
It's too long. It's not how a human being should live. But I couldn't just forget what I saw.
What have you been doing during all this time?
Hiding, fishing, waiting.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. Further inland, the streets are alive with workers, men, women, children, street hawks and migrant laborers. The temperature is steady. Alto cumulus clouds form above Precinct 41.
Always waiting.
For what?
For her to return.
Who is her?
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution.
I come there. Point to the mainland. I assume that it is not what what the people are planning. I've been there. The city, tinder is a tinderbox. It may still happen. I've seen it. Cigarette capital is way too powerful. The rich is very well organized. The women will always betray you.
It won't. The material base for an uprising has eroded. The working class has betrayed mankind and themselves. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore, however hard I try, whatever I do.
So you said you deserted your unit?
I was just 16 years old, 15 when I volunteered.
Wow, that's
I
young.
had a lapse of faith.
Holy shit. leaps of faith?
You could say I misunderstood the historic role of the proletariat and thought Mazovian socioeconomics were fallible. For a second, I doubted the irreducible laws of historic materialism. A second is all it took
What?
for reaction to take hold.
What reaction?
Petty bourgeois terror. It's in all men.
It wasn't a reaction, you were just afraid?
It's the same thing. You haven't seen it. Not really. Not naked. It's impossible not to be afraid.
It remains unclear what it is. He makes leaps he doesn't expect you to follow.
And this was when?
May the 13th, 08. 44 years ago. The horizon was black with coalition airships. Their petroleum rose to the sky, and it looked like it formed the clouds. Storm clouds. When they started shelling, it was dark magic.
Dark magic?
The combined might of international capital. All at once, all the greed and terror in the world tore into Revachol. It lifted streets from the ground and turned houses into ghosts. We were in the flak tower. Huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon. But I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So I said I was going to the map room.
Okay. So you just pretty much escaped death, I guess? What then?
I ran. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland. In the bunkers underground. Like the weakest of the weak. A mouse. Frightened of the ordnance all night. And the sound of the rotors in the morning. Whirring.
What was that?
Airships.
Oh.
I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. The chain was submerged. I had to swim back. The fortress was half submerged too. Shattered. They'd all drowned in the lower levels or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was real.
Hold on.
I'd seen it. I'd seen it.
Okay, before we
reality.
wrap this conversation up, what did you see?
The mask of humanity fall from capital. It has to take it off to kill everyone, everything you love. All the hope and tenderness in the world. It has to take it off just for 1 second to do the deed. And then you see it, as it strangles and beats your friends to death. The sweetest, most courageous people in the world. You see the fear and power in its eyes. Then you know.
What?
That the bourgeois are not human.
Hey, let him finish.
I had to fight it. I had to never stop.
Oh. Interesting. What is this place? The island?
It's not an island, Dwat. It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And I am its last surviving defender.
Well, what is it used for?
The congenitally deformed King Philip II built it to restrict access to the Bay of Revachol. We captured it in '02, retrofitted the fort with an AA gun to defend against an airborne landing. against the whole world.
You mean the landing, retaking of Revachol?
Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. I later found out on the radio they called it Deathblow. You're one of them. Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on Caillou alone.
So, someone who's come to end this madness. Murderers, I know what you mean. Just tell me something else, or... Feel like I should maybe be on his side and agree with him. Maybe that will... I doubt he'll leave fight back, honestly.
You don't know. You haven't seen it. Iblis.
Iblis?
The black-eyed angel.
Oh. How'd you survive all this time?
How does anyone survive? I steal.
What do you steal?
Supplies, vegetables. I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human being.
Okay.
How is your health, Mr. Dross?
I've been throwing up blood since winter. Red, like beetroot. Been passing it in stool, too.
He does seem frail. Gaunt for his age. More like 75 than 65.
Yeah,
Trouble putting on weight could mean cancer.
honestly. Like, even we look younger than him.
TRCM can provide medical services. You need to be looked over.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns. That's all they give you. Toy guns.
In a serious situation, you need to be looked over and you can do it. He doesn't really want to. And how you coped mentally. We have Dormanin and the opioid-based painkillers. You must be in pain.
I have been running out of that stuff.
There's no way he could manage the pain without them. It's safe to say he is addicted to painkillers by now.
Yeah. In a serious situation, you need to be looked over, and we can do it. Have you coped mentally?
I haven't. I have holes in my brain. Years missing. Others filled with pain only. A decade of... I don't even know what. Inferno?
I also live in hell.
At least you know it. The traders of this city turned the lights back on in the 30s, after the fighting stopped. Ruins, glittering in the dark like a fucking merry-go-round. It's disgusting.
Are they not heartbroken? How could they have moved on?
Dang. How have you concealed yourself all these years?
It was hard in the Thames. I didn't have partisan training. They were searching for stragglers, those bloodhounds. Floodlights on the water at night.
There were posters, campaigns.
We communards still hoped, and they needed to snuff that hope out. The East capitulated. Martinez and Coal City were turned to dust. But Jamrock, Forburg, even Coron, and Boogie Street, of course. Those fucking kips had Marsov coursing through their veins. And others too. Some cordons of Revachol was still fighting. There were cells. I tried to contact them. Soon they all went silent. The frequencies dead.
And how did you get between here and the mainland?
At night, I used a dinghy. I only went after dark then.
Oh,
When I got to the
deflated
city,
one.
I stayed underground. Patrols, you lot, the commons too. They'd started snitching.
In the city, you move underground?
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight into that town if I wanted. I just...
Why don't you walk there? The weapon cache under the Saint Elysium 222B in the basement. Have you been there?
So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Belmer Graves, right?
They were damaged beyond use.
I know.
So you've been there?
Sleeping. Some nights, ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit, even before they corroded. Some had bullets in the chamber, however.
Hmm.
You feel the dots connecting. Little dots on the map he's walked across.
Yeah. So there's a small bunker under the under the field building. Have you stayed there?
The propaganda bunker. I used to, but not anymore.
Propaganda bunker?
They stored leaflets there. Broadcasting equipment, too. Made broadcasts, I think. Propaganda officers. I buried them with their leaflets. They killed themselves. 2 young boys.
Oh,
A lot of our boys
really?
did. I spent some winters there. Never liked it. Kept thinking of them. No need to go underground anymore. It's better in the ruins, on the ground.
So why don't you just walk there?
I don't want to. They're all traitors. Pigs, rabbits, and dogs. Men without ideals are only animals.
Yeah, he has his reasons.
He does not want to see life moving on.
Yeah.
People forgetting, drinking, laughing.
So pretty much just the image of that person just staking down the no fun allowed sign. One more question: do you smoke the trimly brewed cigarettes? Trimamori cigarettes?
I do.
Oh, you smoke them on the mainland?
They're good. Plenty
Okay.
of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the last century.
Yeah, just let's conclude this. Tell me one more thing.
The old man looks across the water at the city, the ruins, the motorways rising above it.
So you said this is the turnless surrender.
You're with the RCM, the coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol.
Yeah, we're not the coalition appointed. We're just trying to help people.
You're the RCM. You represent the Moralist International, the enemies of humanity who took this city. I represent their adversary, le Parti Communiste d'Insolande. Take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon. I can no longer serve. No superiors can relieve me of my duty. You bulldoze them all to a mass grave for trying to free humanity.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pit.
So you're a communist soldier from the Communist Army.
No, I am not a soldier.
Okay.
I am an ideological officer. I belong to the party, not the army.
But you said that you were trained and assigned to the Defense Corps.
Trained in historical materialism, then assigned as a political commissar by the party. These things used to mean something.
What does a political connoisseur do?
The old man does not answer. He tilts his silver head and looks at the reeds. You see a small tremor pass through his legs.
His job was to assure the army answers to civilian control and follows the ideology of the commune.
Scientific communism. A commissaire politique is a
Okay.
knight philosopher of the revolution. A future human.
Awakened from shutdown by the promise of ideology.
That means you're trained communist, right?
He nods slowly. Then another tremor.
Yeah, I'm not really into politics myself, honestly.
You're inert lumpen with a gun.
Detective, we have not come here to discuss ideology. We have come to ask questions regarding a murder investigation.
The old man spits into the fire pit.
Yeah.
He does not. There's definitely something off with his body. Something more than just metabolism or even cancer.
There's nothing serious in this world. It's a farce.
Okay, pick up the gun lying in the sand.
His gaze follows your motions. The rifle feels surprisingly light in your hand. Frame stocked and patched in places with tape and wire. The rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. They say Trang Gong 4.46, Sin Yao Commune, for Safre and for all mankind.
Hey Kim, I know it was Ceres
What does it say?
for Sere and for all mankind.
That's what the little guys told us. Every day at 4 o'clock in the morning, they go on and on about their Safri, their mankind, and Mazov. Those men were commandos. They weren't shit on a stick like us. They were small and
With the butt of his gun.
On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangon 4.46mm, made in Sin Yao.
Look at it
The
closer.
rifle's in a shabby state, like a crutch that's seen too much travel. Hieroglyphs are embossed into the forearm, made of walnut. They say Triangon 4.46, Sin Yao Commune, for Safre and for all mankind.
Yeah, I know Ceres.
This is the Vulgate Seraïs. You can barely intuit the words. On the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burnt into the wood. Triangon 4.46mm, made in Sin
Okay, the
Yao.
ammunition.
Jacketed, military-grade ammunition.
Yep.
Stable in flight. Good for hitting something that's very, very far away.
As he speaks, he stresses every word. He's liking this.
It says, it's as he said, Trigon made in Hisun
Worn. Personalized even. Looks like this weapon has seen a lot of use, hasn't it, sir?
No response from the old man. The plastic cape around his shoulders rustles in a small bout of
Alright,
wind.
I guess we stow it.
The old man keeps following your motion with his gaze. His right arm twitches suddenly. Some kind of involuntary response. Something is slightly off with his motorics. This looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession. In time.
What have you been using this gun for?
I've used it for killing people.
Okay.
Killing people?
It's a gun. That's what they're for. You want a moralist euphemism? Defending your family and your property. I haven't done that.
I mean, hunting is also a thing you can do with guns. Yeah.
I've used it to kill people.
Alright.
Interesting. During or after the war?
There is no after the war. Class war is never over.
So he's continued killing after hostilities ended. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is it. You can feel it, like battery acid on the tip of your tongue. Something you haven't felt in a while. But
What?
this is what you live for. This is the shit. The great serotonin jackpot. The solution. Going straight. No euphemisms. He doesn't like those. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does it. Make him repeat it first. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
So you're saying you killed people after active fighting stopped? Did you use that gun to shoot and kill the mercenary on the coast? So to say, be careful, slow and steady, make him repeat it first? I know you want to tell me. Have you killed anyone with the gun in the last week or two? Wait, so which one do I say then? I want to go for 3. Did you use that gun to shoot and kill the mercenaries? 4? So which one do I say then?
Nothing comes to you. Silence. His
No,
black eyes look at you. And in them, a chill, like electricity running up your spine, crawling into your skull.
Brush it off.
The feeling dissipates. The silence remains.
Detective.
Okay. It wasn't a quote, so I figured we would still come back to it. Okay, 30. It's like beat around the bushes while still being straightforward.
I don't want to tell you anything, you grotesque murderer.
And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me. I'm wrong all the time.
Really suggestions? So you're saying that you killed people after activities stopped? Maybe 2. Did you use that gun to shoot and kill the mercenary up coast? No, it's actually beat around the bush a little bit. 1? No, maybe 2. Yeah, say let's do 2.
The who now?
He hates beating the bush. Yeah, you're right.
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it again.
Alright.
This is dramatic flair on his part. Right choice. We're in. Do it, sire.
The corpse in the Krimic armor hanging behind the whirling rags. Did you shoot him? The fastest dead squad who took a bullet in the mouth on the night of the 4th. His name was Lely. He was part of the security detail here in Martinez. Yeah, 2? Yeah, be a bit more specific.
Oh yes, that one.
Mm-hmm.
Ugly piece of work, that boy.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
A drop of blood in the saliva. Exhaust him with proof. Pile it all on him.
Yep.
Get a confession.
Gotta get a confession.
The gun. The murder weapon is the perfect opener.
Indeed.
The scent of blood in the air. But what else? There was something you can't remember.
Okay, I don't know you. I don't need your cooperation. I've got this. Show him the gun. We've done the ballistics. Point to the tower. The shot came from the island. Yeah, well, that's a good one to do too. Come on. What am I forgetting? Hit yourself on the head. Okay, I don't want to hurt myself. Okay, let's back off. No, okay. Just come on. Besides the gun, we literally have the angle where you can just literally see through the window of the whirling rags.
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You're damn diligent when it comes to dead fascies. Did you like the view?
You had direct visibility.
Mm-hmm.
There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top follower to use. And you had a long-range rifle in your possession. You've been here a long time, Mr. Dross. Too long. You clearly need medical aid.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for fascists. Done his part.
So you said Facid, you admitted to killing him. It's the best uninterrupted line of sight into the window of all Martinique. The view is perfect. With a pair of binoculars, I could see in the room. Yeah, let's go with 3.
Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid
Oh.
fuck. Radio Gosh is right. You have worms in your brain. I saw
You've been...
I'm ready.
He's practically admitting to it. Dead fascists for
Fascists.
fascists.
You're sad for your fascia brother, aren't you? One twig got broken. Now the others are sad.
What am I forgetting?
Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's roof.
Oh, yes.
There were Maybells in the grass when you got here, and Maybells on Clausia's balcony, and nowhere else. Nowhere in all of Martinaise have you seen them.
Maybells behind the victim's window. I saw them growing here.
Damn Maybells. The whole island is turning white with them.
He seems tender suddenly,
Hmm.
nostalgic even. A strange mood swing.
Indeed.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, it's already here. Wash the filth away.
A young woman called Clausia ring any bells? I haven't seen those flowers anywhere else in Martinez, only here.
They blossom on the islets before. We fertilize them with our blood. Resurrection was snow white in May, before they ruined it.
South, the Bay of Martinaise is dotted with little freckles of islets, turning green, with white flowers in white snow.
The coast, too, before they piled their containers on top of it, filled with broken, useless trash for fat-fingered bourgeois children to play with. Clausia.
He knows her, but hadn't heard the name.
Yeah. Alright, a young woman named Clausia ring any bells? Yeah, you haven't heard that name before? You know her, right? She's had intimidated relations with the victim, the mercenary. Yeah, you heard of her name, didn't you? Yeah?
My ears don't reach the city.
She had a relationship with the victim.
With the victim.
They were literally having sex when you shot them. Okay, I don't need cooperation, I got this.
Not a lot of guns around that use military-grade ammunition, are there?
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistol. I've seen you prance around with that. Jumping hoops for the liberals. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you real weapons? Going against automatic rifles with these toy guns. Of course you got those boys killed.
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen. He would have a good view of the tribunal from here. It's not just empty boasting.
Yeah. Okay, it'll be weak for us to say one, so I'm just gonna stop changing the subject.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it?
Dramatically ask, you think we have the murder weapon? I'm calling it. We have the murder weapon. I feel like doing it dramatically would just make us be a bit dickish. So yeah, let's just call it. We have the murder weapon.
Good.
Good, Lieutenant. Okay.
This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this. When you have the murder weapon, you have the killer.
Murder. You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Dripping with blood.
Yeah, he was a soldier too. He was a man. Like I said, there's other ones calling him, and yeah, not saying that he deserved it, but also mentioning that he was a killer and he was still under the protection of the law. I think that he was a killer and he was under the protection of the law might work. But then he was a soldier too. He was a man. I think 3 would work better. Yeah.
Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I haven't seen you on this coast for 40 years. You know, maybe I should have killed one sooner. Got your attention. Now you stop beating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Not when they die by the hundreds.
This is it. Shot him. Shot him. Say shot him, not killed him.
Okay. So you shot him.
Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
The lieutenant raises his right arm to hush you.
Just nod.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I
Oh.
was breathing with them. In
Yep.
phase. And I pulled the trigger and flew on the air until I landed in his mouth. I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with his mouth full of death, and that stupid look on his face. And his dick still in her.
Then what?
Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white. Or what's left of it anyway.
Alright.
My last spring here. I knew the fascists would come to avenge their own. And so they did.
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Probably not right now, honestly. At his age?
Yes.
Well, he does.
And you were looking at Dan, the victim and a young woman, having sex through the scope of your rifle that night, before you shot him?
The old man nods.
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive. This is where the motive is going to come from.
I don't understand. Do you, detective? I don't understand this part.
Why were you looking at them that night?
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle? I'm just trying to understand.
A rifle's scope has the best magnification.
And if you don't like it?
Click.
Pulled the trigger.
Yes. Think of it as a form of critique.
So pretty much you just... Okay, I see how it is. Wow. Wow. Wow.
He will not stop now. These dialectical materialist types never do. Exploit it. You got him going. Connect every little piece now. Wrap this up like a gift.
I think it assesses his body language. Okay, let's not say you're under arrest yet. Let's see. Been looking at anything else you haven't liked?
A tragic comedy. Druggies, prostitutes, and rentiers.
And more specifically?
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. stripped clean and draped in neon. But Martinez is the worst.
How come?
Because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. It's their favorite thing to do in the whole world. Listening to race-themed radio shows. In the ruins, in their lorries. Pumped full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Race this, race that. It's all sanctioned by that social democratic union and the farce of a social democrat who runs it.
Mr. Clare?
Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III, a syphilitic murderer, on the town square, to spit on the working class.
Let him finish and do not interrupt.
Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez proletariat. The rest of Revachol at least pretends to rebuild. These people still live in ruins. Intense, like animals, like those boom-boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't drown in that tent of theirs.
Oh.
The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old whore's gone now. Her gun-toting porcelain men are dead. So, actually, no. The worst is that old cock parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's not enough that the racists and liberals are dancing on our graves. The old loyalist ghouls still parade the ruins too. Every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in Ozon, or Koyamorang, or some other island they built their palaces on, feeding on drugs and having sex with their own children.
Didn't say nothing.
That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them to have sordid sex. At least that old cunt, Frisell, is now dead.
Okay, let's just nod.
We did good when we pushed him under that horse car. If only, in the 30s, those disco whores...
The disco whores are too much. Hatred shuts down his brain's language center, leaving only a nonsensical sputter. There was something about a statue and nihilistic advertising agency people. Might be worth investigating.
Disco. What about that disco? Now let's go over the statue, I guess.
Syphilis is a disease Philippe III contracted in a whorehouse. The statue is an abomination.
Abomination?
The bacteria entered his brain
You
and
know-
made him squander trillions on sparkling wine, cocainum, and monuments of himself. His son, Philip IV, the insane, contracted syphilis in the womb.
Okay, you know that this does make sense. Why there are like gunshots on that statue back there? Yeah. Especially on the head, I think.
That is technically possible, although Philippe III was not actually syphilitic. He was just mad.
And he still went on to govern Revachol for 25 years. We lost 2 million lives toppling that mode of government. And those grotesque statues too.
Yeah.
Hundreds of them.
I mean, it's still there. You can't really do much.
What a keen remark. Yes, it is, isn't it? It's still there. Do you know why?
Because you forgot to take it down because the king is holy and his statues are indestructible. Nah, I can't really say that. You still have damage on those things. because the king is holy and his statues are indestructible, but mean it ironically. I think the ironically one might work because the cynical advertising yuppies erected a deconstructed version of it. Okay, that could also be it, honestly. Deconstructed version, or just say this ironically. Nah, I'll go with number 4.
That's right.
Yep.
Some advertising cockroaches erected a cynical deconstruction of it. We tore it down with honest working class plastic explosives. And there it is again. Art is a bourgeois establishment. It's an affront to humanity. Every gallery should be bulldozed, and the artists should all be given 30 years of hard labor in Yekokata.
Wait, the bullet hole in Philippe's heart. The statue had been shot.
Yep.
That was him.
Yeah, it was. Oh, it was in the heart. Okay. Not the head.
It had to be. He's already proven capable of taking a far more complicated shot from here.
Yeah, so you shot the statue.
I did.
Yeah.
A needless, sentimental gesture. I should have spared the bullet for a deformed monster of liberal capitalism. Shameful, really.
Yes, shameful. So many others to punish over the years. Isn't that right, detective?
Alright, yeah, there's a bullet hole in the statue.
I did.
Yep.
A needless, sentimental gesture. I should have spared the bullet.
Yes, shameful. So many others to punish over...
The fat union man let them put it there. Corrupt as he is. Probably got a fat check for it too. Shared with the law.
He keeps having opinions about the union's leadership.
Hey, yeah, let's talk about that. You mentioned the Union is a social democrat, and Mr. Clare is the farce of the social democrat.
Another hideous disappointment. Unions are the real enemy. The true enemy of the proletariat. Placating the masses.
Disappointment. So personal. He displays a familiarity with the union's top brass.
Who was a disappointment? Everard Clare?
That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass. I mean, the brains of the operation. The smart one.
Edgar.
You mean Edgar, Edvard's brother?
He talks a big game about uprising and social base. They must have sent the smart one to some university in Le Jardin, where it's alienation this and hegemony that.
We've talked to Edgar.
First against the wall with him.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time. Nothing happens in Martinez without them knowing.
Of course. Maybe the Clears asked him to.
You approached them? Mr. Doris, did you kill the Colonel Mercenary for Claire's to incite a riot? Have you approached them? Probably not, but... I doubt he does. Like, come on.
I haven't approached anyone.
Exactly, he hid.
I hid. It was Edgar who came to me.
Oh.
How did he know you were here?
Yeah.
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. He figured it out. Some kids told him about a monster on the island. I told you, he has brains. Stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door open for him. Thought he was a man of the left, wouldn't rat me out. I was right about one of those things.
When was this?
20 years ago.
Damn.
Neither of them could walk now, could they? They were less fat then.
Yeah. Actually, now that you mention it, yeah, sure, fair point, actually. What did you talk about?
Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects like I were a fossil in a uniform. Offered platitudes about the struggle. Flaunted his pink degree. Even quoted Marzoff. Never trust a social democrat who quotes Marzoff. Oh, and charity, too. They love their charity. Offered me blankets and social housing. I still have the gas cooker he brought.
And he let you be here?
Let me be here? The ZOC is an unlawful successor of the Commune of Revachol. We took this fortification from the Loyalists.
Damn.
Even the Clares understand this.
They let him be here. Understanding was a courtesy. But why such a courtesy?
Dr. Deros, did you kill the Colonel mercenary for the Clares to incite a riot?
I'm not doing anything for that swine again.
Again? What have you done for Edgar before?
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. We parted ways.
That is a euphemism. There is more here, but you may not have the information to pry it loose from him.
Disco.
Horse.
Okay. By the cock parading his colorful uniform, you mean Rene?
Every fucking morning for 34 years. Throwing that ball. One ball against the other. I've always loathed that game. That is not a working class game. I don't care what they say on Radio June. Royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack across the water each day. And that uniform, like a parrot plumage. I won't even mention that he's a traitor to his race. A patank maniac race traitor.
Okay. Yes, nod.
I remember him. I remember him from La Noce. Not him personally, his make and model. There were tens of thousands of them. I thought we took them all out before the Liberals came to their rescue. We missed one. That one.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today. Not even Gaston. Alone.
There's no one there.
Fat and plump. Like a pheasant. Just begging to be popped off. Please, Mr. Dross. Shoot me.
You'd like to kill him.
Not yet. I like to look at him strut around, place the crosshair on his medals, right on his face, and just fiddle the trigger. Think about it. Let the bomb melt in my mouth.
Okay.
Save the treat for later?
He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day, the blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think, no, don't waste it. Put this lead in that cock, Rene. For the boys he killed. And then I look at him throw those balls, and I suddenly feel better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one for him. Haven't seen him around lately, strutting around. Must be down with arthritis. I hope it hurts like hell. I hope he sweats blood.
Well, he died of old age, so...
No.
Yep. Yes.
I waited too long.
Uh-huh.
I waited too long, and now he's dead.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dross. I understand you knew him for a long time.
They're all dead now. Fuck it.
If he really wanted to kill him so bad, he would have done. There must have been 1,000 black days on these islands. His health ailing.
Cared about him?
All human beings care about each other. I cared for seeing his head explode. Now, God damn this world.
You had 1,000 chances.
And I blew them all. What does it matter now? He's gone. Ancient dust.
Are you okay, Mr. Duros, to go on?
You think I haven't seen people die? It's all I've seen them do. Fuck and die. All the other plans we had. To love. To colonize the Pale. It's all fucked.
It doesn't look like he is. Okay.
We talked about this now.
Glad we talked about what?
Okay, what specifically did you not like what you saw on the night of the murder?
Them. Fucking.
So
I didn't like that.
So you were jealous.
Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself. Drugged out. Soothed in the arms of a young woman. I wanted him to die so he could not enjoy life anymore. And I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more second. Writhing. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth. I wanted his brains to spill out on her. But you can't have everything.
How long have you been watching her?
Since she came to Martinez. I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the Fell building. It was dark, still winter. She didn't have her skimpy outfit on then, just a spot in the night, moving.
Past the Fell building on the coast? What was she doing there?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it. I was up in the ruins there. She couldn't see me, but I could see her, smoking. She was nervous, but not scared.
What do you think she hid there?
Her passport,
Ah,
and tickets to Villiers,
her identification. Okay.
and from there to Cachet Brut.
In the free state of Seminine, hidden away at the edge of the earth, near the Pale.
Some kind of hidden container of the coast. You looked into it.
Yes, after she'd gone. It was a submersible. Well made, actually.
Sloppy. We should have gotten her to tell us about this. Did you take the documents?
No, I put them back. Why would I take them? I'm not going to film. Oh, I mean,
Did you continue watching after this?
I did. She had a face like an archipelago with those birthmarks, and a body hard and lean and bruised all over, black and yellow. I could see she's taken a beating. I could see who she was, too. A spook, on the run. Revachol's the cloaca of capital now. All the bagmen and arms dealers end up here to do drugs and have sex like animals.
You could tell she was a spook from the documents?
She had different color hair on the photo, and glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I heard about this kind of thing on the radio.
He's setting it up for you. The bruises, you can't make that out in a scope.
You can see her bruises through the scope of a rifle?
You can't see bruises through a scope. It's just a blur.
How did you get close enough to see them?
I have my ways.
What ways?
Not in this lifetime, Dwat.
On her. This one's gone. Make up somehow. Connect something else. You're a bad detective. Lazy and bad.
That's cool. I got him. I don't need to be perfect.
No, it's not. Fix
Okay.
this now. Move on extra carefully.
Did you have feelings for the
Be
woman?
incredibly minute.
There's nothing to hold on to. Only this. It's not enough.
The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly, like stones dripping with water. Is he crying?
Man needs to feel something else. In this fight, it helps if you have your eye on something there. It's weakness, I know.
There, there have been others?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
over the years. It's not unproletarian to feel something.
Okay, what was that? Why you left the dried flowers behind her window? Oh, okay, yeah.
No,
Really? Why then?
I don't really know. I was there one night and she was crying, like a child, in the corner of her room on the floor, like she does sometimes.
When was this?
The day after I killed him.
And you brought her Maybells.
Yes, I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
Okay, you want to console her, you want to manipulate her. I kinda wanna go with the consoling. But yet again, maybe manipulation. Nah, he's probably consoled.
Maybe.
Yep.
I told you, I have holes in my brain now. I wouldn't just sit here waiting for you. If you came 10 years ago, I would have killed you.
In the silence, the lieutenant draws a line in his notes.
Alright, and so in conclusion, it wasn't about him, it was all about her.
Her.
The lieutenant nods at you in acknowledgement.
Where is she, that Clasier? I haven't seen her there for days.
She got away, but he let us here first. She figured out someone was watching her from the seafort.
Gone.
Yes.
I knew it. She kept staring into the scope this last week at the island, like she knew. She'd look at night, crying or smoking on the roof, staring right into me. It doesn't matter.
Midtown, across the Bay of Rivershell, the oceanic wind washes 40-story towers. Above them, Lusan's Central Aerodrome, a cocoon suspended in the sky by a web of suspension wiring, encircled by hybrid aircraft.
Look north.
On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamines, barbiturates, and alcohol. Yet still she smiles among the crowd, among the great ghost of the city she's leaving, for another, far south, smaller, distant, hidden, not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the night below her. Streetlights, towers, tenements, and water, and across it a dark strip of ruins, barely visible if she didn't squint her eyes. He knew she knows. She was looking at the island, figuring it out, day by day, cigarette by cigarette. The old man has fallen silent, staring at your feet. The burnt logs in the fire are moist from the sea air.
Let's see. Let's show this Doyce. You're under arrest for the murder. Okay, let's do the composer. In fact, how does my composer be? I could actually increase it a bit. Let's do it like 2 to increase it. Yep, it's even.
For a 60-year-old man with stomach trouble, who spent his entire life alone on an uninhabited island, he seems surprisingly fit. He's clearly a drug user of the painkiller sort, prone to erratic hand gestures, and malnourished. But that's it. The moment passes, and you say,
I ain't going anywhere.
Since I do have a chance to change the items I can actually have on my composer. There you go.
The old man stares despondently at the logs. It's like he's... What strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the malnutrition. It's precisely what you could not see before. For a man who spent 44 years hidden in the urban wild.
He's surprisingly okay.
Indeed. He speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic.
Yeah.
His voice, despite the cough, is there. It is capable of expressing complicated ideas. Above all, he seems animated.
Animated by what,
It's
though?
a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, thought processes cut off like threads, as he just stares at the logs or the reeds. He also suffers mood swings, bubbling to the surface, unconstrained by his nervous system.
So yeah, it's dementia.
You've seen demented people before. This feels similar, yet different. When his thoughts move, they are lucid, keen even, not senile.
So how is your memory?
No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane people.
There it is again.
Yep.
Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage, and the stomach thing too, of course.
Alright. I guess we'll just leave it. You're under arrest for the murder of Colonel Colin here in Martinique.
What? But you said I would be taken to the...
This terror is the sum of all the uncontrollable movements and mood swings he's been exhibiting.
Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must face court in 44 days. Do you understand? Do you understand?
But...
Him, he's afraid.
No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He's sweating. Beads are forming on his forehead.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
It says, does it have room for 3?
Not really. We could escort him to the pier, then either one of us can take him inland while the other stays here, but...
Yeah.
But then, who watches him while you're coming back here?
That is true. Actually, no. Why don't we have like the boat lady or someone go pick one of us up? Who watches him while I come back for you?
You come back for me? How about I go and send a boat back for you?
Yeah, good point.
What is this farce? This is a fucking farce. I can't.
Lillian, you could ask her maybe.
Yeah, maybe we could just ask the net picker to... No, why would we want the net picker? What? What? Couldn't we just ask the net picker to pick us up? Wait.
There it is again. To your north, as it has been since you came to the coast. The reeds whisper, stalks rubbing against each other. But then, in the middle of it, something completely different. It sounds like a bow, very slowly being drawn against the strings of a violin. A very small violin,
Oh.
made of reeds and...
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat.
Shush, Kim, do you hear that?
What?
What are you talking about? Is this really
You're going-
us?
Someone's gonna shoot him with a bow and arrow.
Your skin crawls.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh my god.
A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence.
What is that?
What are you talking about?
The giant stick insect.
There's nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you with its tiny pinprick eyes and its grotesquely small head.
Oh
You
god.
feel your legs shaking under you and your gun hand rise instinctively.
I see it.
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small thing in the reeds.
Kim, can you see it?
I can see it.
4 simple words, thank God. If he can see, then you're not insane. But that means it's really there, spinning slowly.
Holy
in
shit.
absolute silence. Its limbs long and slender.
It's huge.
Be very, very careful.
What is it? What do you want?
Something is very wrong with him now. Nothing. Nothing is...
Fuck, why are we going to it? Why are we
The
going
creature
to it?
stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from its head like a woman's hair, white and curled at the tips. It is no more than 5 steps away from you. Reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss, like a reel-to-reel machine spinning after the tape breaks. The hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else, in a lower pitch.
Listen carefully.
Ch, 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 s, ch, 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 s.
This is the Insulatum phasmid.
It is.
Yeah.
You glance over your shoulder. The lieutenant holds a piece of milled aluminium. He begins to pull it open, extremely carefully. It's the camera. No, the flash will scare the creature off. Warn him now.
Kim. The flash is too loud. It won't like it.
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden
Stop,
cascade of
stop,
motion
stop.
ripple through the phasmid's
Stop.
limbs.
Let it
A
approach.
series of
Let it approach
ultrasonic
first.
clicks fills your ear.
I won't be one of those fools who didn't take a picture.
You see the phasmid turn to him.
Listen
its
to me.
mandible antennae reaching out.
Shh. Okay.
The spindly mechanism turns
Oh.
itself back to you, its antennae taking their measure of the air, slowly.
Approach it carefully. We got good chances. We got a good height.
Slowly,
Oh
with
god.
breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the phasmid. The creature lets out a series of ultrasonic clicks that swarm around your head like swallows. Like laughter, a sort of happiness. Sweat drips from your brow, soaking your chest. You reek of it, your chemicals. The tracheal system on the creature's abdomen expands in front of you to take in and expel air. It's smelling you. Hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water.
Look behind you, it's smelling me.
Maybe it is real, the pheromone.
Oh, right.
The insect's head is crowned with
We got
reed-like
it on our
scales, the
armpits.
shape of seed heads. They rustle as the air moves. The vent breathing you in, your sour, greasy semiochemicals on the breeze.
I'll go in order. Raise your hand slowly. Hello, I'm Harry.
No reply. A total ancient silence comes from its mouth, along with what appears to be some kind of foam. The stridulations of its limbs continue all around you. You were right. Little bubbles form on the mouth parts of the creature, on its segmented lower lip. It looks to be foaming, slowly.
It's
The
foaming.
foam is white, then yellowish.
Careful, it may be poisonous.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like burnt caramel, as the insect moves its mouth parts, masticating.
I need to
The
save.
little bubbles begin to burst,
I need to save.
one by one. As you back off, the phasmid also takes a step back into the reeds. Something tells you the next time you engage and disengage, it will probably flee. The arthropod follows you with its antennae. As you hissing and clicking, the arthropod extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you again. You're right below it, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. Its small eyes look at nothing in particular.
Raises your hand slowly. Tell me, what are you doing?
I exist.
Speaks. I exist too. I'm a detective. It's a dream. What's happening? What exactly are you? I exist too.
Tell me what it's like for you.
Fire burning.
Fire? Where?
In the city, all around. It's going down.
I am oblivious to the city. It is only on my marches. A ball has sometimes been, a toy, or the cylinder of a discarded trash bin.
Huh.
Now, I will tell you what it's like for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images. A kind of darkness being intruded upon. Transient, dim, moist.
Intrude upon by what?
Shapes of plants and animals. And internal sensations. A swarm of sounds. Tiny vibrations on the inside of my forearms. All speak of complexities totally beyond my understanding. I am at the end of a narrow funnel. Weightless. So light, it only feels like something to be me. In truth, perhaps I'm nothing. I certainly do not have a soul. And if I did, it would never burn.
You're the type of animal I would like to be.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Sometimes, when molting, I regrow a lost limb. One time something went wrong, and a small leg replaced a missing antenna.
Small leg, that's horrible.
Yes, the leg tried to move around independently, making it hard to walk.
You don't have a foot there now?
Yes, thankfully someone aided. The next time I molded, I grew an antenna again.
I'm a detective.
So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born to detect?
A killer.
He's in a bad state, deteriorating fast now. He thinks I am beneficial to him, but I am not. I only quicken his deterioration.
You're destroying him?
Very slowly, and only
Oh.
because he won't go away. It is meant to keep them from noticing me, to interfere with the pictures in their heads. But he has looked at me for too long, and I'm destroying him.
Is this a dream? What is happening?
No, you are awake. I am real. Light is forming me. This is real.
Where does this come from all around us, the world?
Not even the birds know that.
Hmm.
Not even the water lilies.
We need to know. Perhaps it sent us to by a god?
I think we should eat it. If it's a leaf, you can put it in your mouth. Or read. Yum yum.
Wait, so
So you look like a reed and you eat reeds.
Yes, they don't mind.
Have you accidentally eaten another reed phasmid?
Yes, I once cloned myself and ate the little ones. It was winter, and I woke up at the wrong time. It was an accident.
What exactly are you?
I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia, endemic to the Insulandian Insula. For the last
Hmm.
350 years, I have hidden in plain sight, masquerading as the reeds, molding, cloning myself, unfolding at night to play with trash bins and boys. No one unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. Also, by the soldiers of the revolution and officials of the occupation. Even the Samanese islanders who came here first, but did not stay, have not seen me. I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government and 2 scientific revolutions, until I was accidentally discovered by a detective of the citizen militia in Revachol, district of Martinez, March 51.
That is insane.
No, you are. The moral of our encounter is I am a relatively median life form, while it is you who are a total extreme madness. A volatile senior nerve system ominously new to the planet. The Pale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The
Wait,
Nidarians do not. The radially symmetrics do not. There is an almost unanimous agreement between the birds and the plants that you are going to destroy us all.
what about the pale?
It is a nervous
What?
shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, unnatural territory. Its advent coincides with the arrival of the human mind.
I don't have that kind of power.
You're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning in it are afraid of you. Give me enough time, you will wipe us all out and replace us with nothing. Just
How?
by accident.
How?
We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse.
instead of air, you exhale thoughts. There are no trees that eat thoughts.
Worse how?
Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if he misplaces us all one day, or just forget?
Yeah, don't blink. Have I always thought this way?
No, you're only thinking it now. This is a revelation.
I've already forgotten the whole world once when I drank too much.
So it is already happening. Soon, one of you will close your eyes, and open them to see that none of this ever existed.
Kim, I'm having a violent epidemic seizure.
It doesn't look like that, no.
What does it look like?
You're just staring at it.
I think I'm having a vision about my final fate of mankind. Nothing, just looking at the stick inside everything.
Okay. Is
No.
it somehow related to the case?
No, I told you. What about our fate? The case is meaningless compared to this. I totally transcended the case.
I think we should take the picture, and then you should back away from the unstudied species.
Yep. I have to go now. Goodbye. I have no more thoughts. That's all.
No, there is one more.
No, there's no more thoughts. Of all the creatures I've met, you are the kindest.
Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. For freedom.
What woman?
You cannot lie to me. Behind you, it smells of fires. So awfully far you were prepared to go in her presence. And it.
I will try.
She was hell on earth. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
Okay, Kim, take the photo.
Okay.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed by the camera. It remains fixated on you.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant, hypnotized by the flash. It stands frozen before you.
I got it.
I don't want to touch it.
A shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to life, like a record continuing where it left off, in a swaying, praying motion. Even the small black pearls of its eyes do not stray from you. As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface.
Goodbye. Huh. Wow.
And just like that, it's gone, skating away across the sea's calm mirror like a skipping stone, leaving nothing but circles on the water. And something under it, in the place it stood, bobbing there, among the reeds, a collection of items.
It's gone.
It can walk on water. What's that in the reeds?
Looks like a nest of some sort. We should have a look.
Walk on water?
Apparently, yes. Like a water strider.
Mm-hmm.
Only, I've never seen anything like that in my life.
What now?
In some kind of strange, semi-catatonic state.
Our suspect is not looking so good. We need to check on him.
What is it? What do you want from me?
How could you not see the
I can't
phasmid?
go. See.
Mr. Doras?
The man does not respond. He keeps staring, black eyes glazed over and bulging from their sockets, his gap-toothed mouth shaking.
Wave your hand in front of his eyes.
A light shiver passes him, followed by nothing. His hands are trembling, and he breathes slowly.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility. The good news is, this solves our transportation problem, doesn't it, Mr. Dross?
The trembling mouth appears to sigh.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
What happens to this man?
Old age and shock.
I think it's the phasmid.
Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid, the combined stress. But you think it's something more than that, don't you?
Quite a few things about that health check you did on him make sense now.
You could see it, Kim. It's just the reads for him.
That could be part of the shock. But you're right, something is off here. Mr. Dross.
No response.
Maybe this is how phasmids have stayed hidden all these years.
Then how did we see it? Oh, you mean, whatever does this, does it over time? Teenagers, kids, drunks, sightings are brief, and hence not credible. But anyone who spends a long time with it.
Yeah, you forget it's there.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Dross, have you ever seen a stick insect pretending to be the reeds? The doctors will have to look at this. I hope your station has better medical personnel than 57. This is a little advanced for a nurse.
You couldn't see. Before, when I evaluated his state, he seemed surprisingly animated.
He was energetic and articulate. After all these years alone, with little hygiene or medication, I would expect worse.
Perhaps this animation is induced by something in the phasmid.
It does not seem to be animated now it's left. Honestly, I'm ready to believe anything at this point.
Yeah.
Maybe it is psychoactive. I mean, why not? It's 3 meters tall.
Could there be some sort of hormonal in the relationship to the phasmid?
You mean pheromonal?
Pheromone, yeah. He seems a little off for a man of his age.
The scope? Knowing of her bruises? His disposition toward Miss Orania? I see what you mean.
I talked to the phasmid. It said it's destroying him.
You should be more careful, detective. Are you sure it wasn't having an effect on you?
Maybe. Anyways, it's only trying to remain unseen. The degraded is a side effect.
A valid hunch. Long-term exposure to something like that could be neurodegenerative. Also, please be careful when approaching unknown species in the future, detective.
Okay. He is here for a long time. Who knows how much of it is in his company.
He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him. Like he didn't want to leave this place. And the insect, maybe. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report. Thank God we have the photo.
No one would believe you without it.
Hang tight.
We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here. If we don't take too long.
Alright, wow. Yeah, we should just, go get, probably contact the radio in the car. Wow, this, man, is, I tell you. This is quite something. Quite a twist, honestly. God, they had, they needed bigger traps, honestly, for that phasmid. They really needed bigger traps. Like, holy shit. Man. That was something.
The skiff is swaying on the waves by the dock.
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff
I
rocks
agree.
gently under your weight as you get in. The ride back is uneventful and quiet, but for the sound of conversation on the water, there is someone inland waiting for you. You reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Look what the tide brought him.
Oh.
Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
Whatever this is, it is completely unimportant compared to what you've just seen. This is the man with sunglasses from the Whirling in Rags. But where are his sunglasses?
You're a man with the sunglasses.
That's right. And you're bleeding.
Forget about all this. There's a giant. I don't seem but.
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you.
No one seems to be bothered by the bleeding.
Bothered by it? Harry, you look like you need a fucking organ transplant. Oh, fuck it. Let's not get into that.
Who are you people?
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstam. I believe we've met on several occasions.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean-Vic Kumar, and this is your special task force. Or what's left of it. Special Consultant Trent Heilerstam, Battle Officer Judith Minot.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of you off the pavement.
Lieutenant Kim Kisuragi, Prison 57. We've just come from the island, where our investigation led us.
The scene is making even him feel as though he has to justify your actions.
We might need your help with something later. But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
Thank you, Lieutenant.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuhagi.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to
So,
befall you.
what is this all about?
Ari, we want to help you. Trent, I believe this is where you come in?
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely theoretical level. In fact, I should probably get going.
No, Trent, it's too late. You're part of this shit now. What have you got to say for yourself, shit kid?
Shit kid. What an interesting moniker.
What's a shit kid?
You. Shit kid? That's you.
Despite all that you've done,
Despite all
the
I've
deserter,
done,
the phasmid, the case,
No, because of all that you've done.
how did you know I was here?
The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
I saved his establishment, he still betrays me.
Strange. He didn't mention that. In fact, the establishment didn't look saved at all. There was a giant aerograffito in front of the building. It was on fire.
Yeah, it was one of the junior delinquents.
I don't know. It had shit kid written all over it.
You were the man with the sunglasses? At all. You're not even blonde.
Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true. And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on.
he was too sarcastic for you to realize who he was.
Actually, I suspected something was off. Maybe if you hadn't been so sarcastic, I would have realized.
Did you? Or did you literally not recognize my face? We've been partners for how long, Harry? Don't answer that.
Absolutely no idea. 100 years?
You never told me that you were from the horse face. You're not. So you never told me you were not the horse-faced woman. Points at her. So Tyrant, how?
Lieutenant, my name is not horse-faced woman. It's Judith Minot. I was assigned to your unit 2 months ago. I thought we were friends.
We're still friends. I have a stupid head.
Okay. Because you're my commanding officer, I really want to respect you. I want us to have a normal relationship.
That will never happen, Jude. He's the rudest man on earth. He's the reason why the rest of us have to take sensitivity training. And I hate sensitivity training.
So Tyrant Hailslam turns out to be the special consultant Tyrant Hailslam.
Yes, I'm Tran Heilerstam. I never said I wasn't Tran Heilerstam.
So what? Okay, so what your kid doing? So what you special consulting here? So what are you specially consulting here?
What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the more obscure theories developed in Königstein in the 30s, like partial psychotraumatic amnesia, group personality theory.
He's here to see if you're insane. He is smart. Let's move on.
Alright, duped again. No one who they say they are.
Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily.
Gardener, scab leader, this turns a lieutenant. Tell me at least you are who you say. Okay, that does have something to do with it, yes. Yeah, let's go with the first one.
Yes, I'm still Kim Kisoragi, still a lieutenant from Precinct 57.
So you mentioned a task force.
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit, under Lieutenant Dubois and Vicamar. Ring any bells?
Yeah, refresh my memory. Who else is in this? Yeah, totally get it. Major Crimes Unit.
He doesn't remember.
See? He really doesn't remember. It wasn't a sick joke. At least that's good.
Yeah, that's very good. Yeah, refresh your memory? It's a goddamn Major Crimes Unit. There's you.
I'm
they just-
technically just
they
a
just said that.
civilian advisor.
Oh, fuck you. You're part of this shit show.
Yeah, the first two... Gullion Bear.
Oh, that's an interesting story, actually. Guillaume Bevy is a police reporter who joined our team. He was really good. Then he left because he lost faith in your ability to lead the unit. Other people have left too. Good, smart people. People we won't get back. Only me and this really patient patrol officer are still here. And Tron because I'm forcing him to stay.
Is this Guillaume Bevy blonde and partial to sunglasses?
Is this Guillaume? With sunglasses like you were?
See? There. He's getting it. I was impersonating him. Look at me, I'm G. Bevy. It was going to be funny, but then you really did have brain damage. So not so much anymore.
We sincerely thought it was going to be amusing. For both of you.
So what does the unit do?
Do? It's a major crimes unit. We clear the desk of cases so Precinct 41 doesn't look like the worst station in town. We are shit tier now, Harry. Because of you.
The 41st isn't...
Where have you been this whole time?
Where have we been? We've been fucking off as far as I remember. You told us to fuck off.
Really?
You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
All will burn. Satellite official makes no mistake about it. Why didn't you detect or die then? Why didn't you leave a literal police god? I said all those things. I'm not like that anymore.
Yes, you're sorry. You're the sorriest cop who ever lived. Nothing has changed, Harry. I've heard this repentance shit a million times over.
None of this is ringing any bells.
The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Trant, this is where you come in. How bad is it?
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a boat, he's standing, reasoning. All good signs, but complete retrograde amnesia, episodic and semantic.
Meaning, you forgot both who you are and the definitions of money, Isola, Pell, and so on.
As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also mine with him before when Harry did not seem to know who I was. It's all very interesting.
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not
I
socioeconomically?
think I'm so poor I lost my memory.
Not when you phrase it like that. But I don't think critical theory... I know everyone thinks this is far-fetched pink academia, but still. I don't think it should be off the table here.
What? He lost his memory because of capitalism?
No, not like that. I'm not talking Vrede for school here. But Harry, I asked you, what do you think happened?
I drank so much I lost my memory and now I'm slowly recovering.
He is. He's getting better. And I can confirm that he drank a lot of alcohol prior to it happening.
I believe he drank. People do that, especially this one. What they don't do is forget their whole life because of drinking.
But Detective Vigmare, he has blanked out before.
I have?
Yes, a couple of times.
Oh.
after some of the more serious benders. One was after the two drunks case, the other when we looked into that mural.
So you don't remember not remembering. Beautiful. The two cases in your ledger, the unsolvable case and the next world mural, those were recent. Those cases were hard on you.
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it, prepared. That's where he would have gotten the idea, yes. Practice. And then he used alcohol to get there, so to speak.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? What if this is not a significant anomaly at all? Something to be explained, approached as a defect? Look at the sensory input here. Look at the ruins, the neon. Listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Live here for 40 years. As a police detective, he's like a magnetic reader on the world tape, to borrow a known metaphor. Harry's been pushed flat against it. Total input. Hardwired to the free market. He just needed for it to end.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you. Will he or will he not be able to work in the major crimes unit? Is he a cretin now? I want to know that.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
Yeah, lie detective is good for now.
For now, I misphrased my question. It should have been, is he able to put his clothes on and use the party? Or do we need to get him on a disability pension?
What now?
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here.
Really?
No. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry?
It was stolen by Jacob Erie. That wasn't me, it was a stolen traffic hooligan. Drove into the ocean when I was drunk. I thought the killer would be underwater. The time had come to kill the sunset. Rolled up in the ocean. Fraying ignorant. Stolen by Jacob Erie. I drove into the ocean when I was drunk.
Ah, so refreshing. He just admits it. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of everyone's payslip. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
It's always bad.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain any grip on the... Not today, badge.
Did I get my badge?
You got it all right. You're showing it to him. Victorious. They're seeing the badge.
Behold my badge.
And your gun?
As if having your badge and gun are natural states, not achievements. What is it with all these material objects?
Yeah, my gun right here. I've upgraded my gun to a rifle. Yeah, I got the gun.
He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone.
I didn't lose my gun, I have my gun. Okay. So it doesn't even matter I found my gun.
You were never supposed to lose it in the first place. Not lost. Is your gun's natural state, you drunk bum.
I didn't lose my gun, I have my gun.
We're not talking about the fucking gun anymore. We're talking about the vaporized cloud of ethanol coming from your mouth.
This is so unfair. He knows you have the gun, and still he's punishing you.
So what, I had a little drink.
A little drink? You smell like a corpse. I'm downwind and I can barely breathe. You smell like shit. You let a suspect escape, Harry. Glacier something. Because you were too drunk to assess a flight risk.
We've read the reports. No
Oh,
Kitsuhagis.
motherfucker, I was shot.
No.
Kasia, she was some sort of spy from the Order. oxen, specially trained. Not taking her in was the right thing to do. She gave a vital clue that led us to the island. Okay, I got duped there. She pulled one on me, yes. I let her go, an act of mercy. There was a small detail in the Hughes case you know nothing about. That doesn't matter, none of it does. We were looking at the Oxygen Holocaust time. Okay. Let's see. Not taking her was the right thing. She gave us a vital clue that led us to the island.
Oh, well. If she was nice. I'm not even gonna get into the other suspect, who also escaped. Yeah, Ruby.
Oh, we have her diary.
Or the fact that you're Everclear's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. Compared to the 8 people who were gunned down, the streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mass murder.
Yeah, I was shot. Fuck you.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired unvetted mercenaries. Lieutenant Dubois got between them and the locals. He did so at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot and survived only because of his armor.
Yeah,
we stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been.
Yeah, it was a massacre. We got wiped. Where the hell were you?
Don't make this harder for yourself.
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation. You've spent the week with him on this case. What is your take?
On the case?
On Lieutenant Geoffrey Dubois.
Well, the drinking, the lost gun, also losing his badge, that's all true. And he's been drinking on the job.
The man sighs deeply.
Then there's the self-flagellation issue. He likes to apologize, profusely, making it sound like he's guilty of at least first-degree murder. It's not a good communication strategy for an officer. It's odd, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a hustler. He grinds. He makes the real. He's a visionary and a money engineer, which is just... And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, and the drugs, of course. Amphetamine, mostly. But despite all this, he is a great detective. One of the best I have seen, in fact.
Oh, thanks, Kim.
He can talk human beings into telling him everything. And he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, he has not once stopped pursuing leads, however far-fetched and tangential. He is tireless, madly driven. Well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which by the way was a valiant effort. He really sang his heart out.
Yeah, it was what it was.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon, and the perpetrator, locked on the island right now, awaiting transportation. He apprehended a straggler who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. Oh, and he also discovered a new species.
A new species?
A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds. It unfolded from the reeds. I think we may be dealing with the Insulindian phasmid.
He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it to the officers across the yard. The wind blows, flapping the glossy rectangle in his hand. You hear gasps beneath the howling of the wind.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Boom shakalaka, motherfucker. So as you can see, I'm a pretty okay detective and absolutely visionary entrepreneur. Entrepreneur.
Fucking hell. Is this somehow connected to the case?
Detective?
Yes, the phasmid it emits may be responsible for the killer's mental degradation.
The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence. Exhibiting a strange, atypical dementia, he fell into a stupor after its appearance. He became near catatonic.
So it is connected.
Yeah, you speechless? You speechless?
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. I don't even have words for it.
Yes, it really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
Yeah.
This is a very, very sad man who has just seen something that's made him forget his sadness.
Uh-huh.
Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
I also started a nightclub in the church. Also, the Phasmid was female. The reeds are its nest. The killer, Linaro Victos, has a strong motive for him. There was also a dead man on the boardwalk, a missing person I found. I was also looked in the mysterious doomed commercial area. I confiscated drugs from Kuno's dad. Oh, we're going to go over these one by one, I bet.
What was that? It sounded like you set up a nightclub in the church.
Yeah, I did the kids a solid, turning their lives around. And I discovered a hetero unexplored Entropium Pheromone 2mm hole in the world.
That's great. Anthroponaut is a great new career for you. After police officer. I don't care. Go live in the Pale.
4 kids were living in a tent on the ice. They were going to drown when it melted. It's not optimal, but the building was abandoned, so he put them in there. It's okay.
It's not that okay. Get off this subject
Yeah.
now.
Also, the Phasmid was female. The reeds are its nest.
Female? What makes you think so?
You had to see it. It had the subdued colors of a female. And the nesting behavior too, I think.
Incredible. Were there eggs in the nest?
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
It reproduces by parthenogenesis.
As in cloning itself? What makes you think so?
Parthenogenesis? It told me. It's just a hunch. Observation.
Interesting. Then it is especially vulnerable to disease. A single strain of bacteria could wipe out the entire species. We're probably talking conservation efforts here.
In his mind, he's already planning a nature reserve and knows a good guy for that.
Conclude it had mandibles that completely looked like hair. It was completely white on the inside.
Yes, but also reed-colored, beige and brown, a little green on the outside. After unfolding from a single stalk, it still retained parts that looked like reed tufts on its limbs.
Incredible. The PR value of this is exceptional. Carp discovers new species. Maybe even discovers the Insulindian phasmid. No, that's too much.
This would really help with some of the problems we've been having.
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science, news, human interest. You know, it's a really good thing you have that photo.
Without it,
You're doing good here. Perhaps only for a moment, but still.
The killer, Ligovich. We have a strong motive for him.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matronym.
To the motive.
The custom started in Grad, where they have patronyms. Krasovich, Lasovich, etc. The revolutionaries saw this as a chauvinist atavism, so they used matronyms, derived from the mother's name instead. This man's mother was Lilian, his Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was overturned after the revolution failed, but not before it made it to Revachol.
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM would be called.
thank you, Trond. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said you have a motive?
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
He wasn't quite sure about the straggler before he heard this detail. It must have convinced him.
Okay, he just killed the mercenary as an act of jealousy. He killed the mercenary hoping to start a war between the company and the Union. He killed him in an act of rage, included by the Phasmid semi. He killed a mercenary hoping to start a war between the company and the Union. An act of jealousy. Yeah.
Jealousy? I thought this Lilianovich was an old man. To have been hiding for 50 years. Like 70-something.
A strange psychosexual fixation, aggravated possibly by proximity to the phasmid and its chemicals. He himself gave a political reason, said he had killed an enemy combatant. Also, we have a sniper's nest with full view of the room in which the mercenary died, right on the island, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean win.
Oh, it's way more than that.
It's more than that. It's a perfect folding mechanism like the phasmid. It's way more than that. I'll win her back with this. It's my masterpiece. They'll teach us in cop school. I did all I could. Every second was a struggle. I'm not completely satisfied with it. It could be a little bit neater. I'll do that one.
Perfect folding mechanism. Get over yourself, Harry. I can still smell the booze on the wind.
God damn it. It is bad. Even you can smell it.
There's also a dead man on the boardwalk, a missing person I found.
Yes, yes. Fallen through a gap in a boardwalk. Drunk.
As you know, I found him.
The body was transported to Precinct 41, our morgue. I had Tilbrook and Mullins take care of funeral arrangements and family stuff.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry. This all comes back to us.
Still, good work with the missing person, Detective.
I also looked into the mystery of the doomed commercial area.
I don't know what a doomed commercial area is.
Rue des Saint-Glycerian 10, a commercial building where all businesses go bankrupt. I looked into it.
Why? That's not what you were supposed to do here.
Yeah, fuck you. It was on the way.
There was a fridge we needed
Yeah.
and a possible witness. He was just chasing a lead and ended up advising a local shopkeeper. It was okay.
Of course. Call it community outreach, right?
We literally found a storage for the corpse.
Dodged the bullet there. For a moment, it seemed like you were just wasting time.
I also confiscated drugs from Kuno's dad.
Who's Kuno?
You don't want to know.
Yeah, you really don't want to know.
You're right, Lieutenant. I don't. You snorted the drugs, I know you did. It's alright. I mean, at this point, anything is but the drink.
So, what do you say? Want to take this hot shit back?
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species and solved the murder. So I have to.
Uh-huh.
Honestly, anything that ends this trial is okay with me.
Agreed. The public relations potential of this is too valuable to let go.
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator needs to be taken into custody.
Wait,
Let's
I have
go.
a few questions before we go about who I am.
The man looks westward, impatiently, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Does it start from the top? Who am I?
Who are you? You're a gym teacher, Harry.
What?
Well, obviously you're not a gym teacher anymore, but...
Before you were a cop, you
Before?
were a gym teacher in Coron. It's
That's-
getting really cold outside.
That explains a
Should
lot.
we maybe...
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, the bicep girth, your inexplicable facial hair.
The collection of Fallon sportswear I've amassed.
Some of your more old-school wording choices. Your posture, even. The constant stretches.
The incredible stamina output. Also, this guy. Just everything about this guy. God, even this javelin throwing freak here.
Oh god. Contact Mike.
Of course. Contact Mike.
He's been on about Mike again. I hate that guy.
Contact Mike is a respire of the most inspired basic sporting principles of the open competition, a 5,001 rank outsider.
Oh, you don't say. Does he also vault an impassable gulf of finance and privilege?
It is getting cold out.
When was this? When was I a gym teacher? You said. Why did I join the RCM then? Okay then. Why did I join the RCM?
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to fight the big fight. Be more than you are. All that.
I see then.
I knew it. I knew no normal human being can run like that. He's an honest-to-God gym teacher.
Why am I like this?
It's not a mystery. Some chick fucked you over. Also, you were drunk.
You really went with it too.
Some chick who?
Dora something. Dora Ingerlund. Yeah, you mentioned her name.
Not Dora Dubois.
Not Dora... Wait, Dora England? So we weren't even married?
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol.
When was this?
God, I don't know. 6 years ago, she was way before my time.
Okay, 6 years, not that much.
Yeah, you're not doing too good there. It's an old man thing, I think. 2 old years equals 1 normal year. That and Dora Ingelund really tore you a new one. A big one.
Who was she?
Incredibly bangable.
Huh. Figures. I meant, what did she do?
She was incredibly fuckable. A beautiful bourgeois woman. Wayfish. Like a Welkin, basically.
Snow Welkin. Blonde Welkin.
Ah.
Pain Welkin.
I've only seen a picture. But it's
Welcome
obvious you
coffee.
formed a real spiritual connection with how pretty she was. One you never recuperated from.
Look, the sun is going down. It's time to go home.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first, the middle-class chick or the drink. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist about this shit. Not a psychologist. Several degrees harder. Is there something harder than a psychiatrist? A forensic psychiatrist? Go talk to that.
In other words, he's heard enough about this.
Lieutenant Kitaragi, what will you do now?
Well, first I will go back to my station and write the most detailed report anyone has ever seen. It will have to be good to cover all these. Then I will have a serious talk with my captain.
About what?
Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Revachol.
Oh.
I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring for the RCM. We need to get ready, infiltrate, investigate.
You want to do that, Station 41?
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of 2 captains with my doom-mongering.
Nah, come work in the Precinct 41.
Work with Price? I'm flattered, but I don't know if I...
This truly came as a surprise to him. Not a bad one, but he's at a loss.
Flattered? You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi. We would be flattered if you even considered.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming, Jamrock will be more central to it than the harbor.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant. Piles that we need to get back to. Mountains, even.
I do like the sound of that.
Recruiting Detective Kim Kutaragi. Achievement, yeah.
He's really considering it.
Yeah. The Phasmany tell Lena about this ASAP.
Who is Lena?
She lives at 1113.
Yeah, a
Tabernacle
zoologist.
Road
She lives in Jamrock.
Remember?
Yeah.
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live on Perdition.
Fine, if we're gonna drop you off anyway.
She and her husband were conducting the search for the Phasmid. It's their discovery, in part. They should know as soon as possible. It would do you good to deliver some positive news for a change.
Watch out, or she'll faint.
Okay, my dirty copper working for the... Okay, I want to go through all these questions. I really hope I'm not... I hope I'm able to go through them without dealing with any repercussions for talking too long. Okay, let's just go over the last 2. Okay, my dirty copper working for the LA Puta Mad... Or La Putra Madre?
No.
No, because I suspected... Because the suspect seems to think.
You're too unstable to work for a mob boss. You're suicidal, Harry. No mob boss would take you.
Okay, then.
I assure you, I wouldn't consult for a corrupt unit.
he would immediately backpedal out of it.
So Precinct 41, what kind of a station is it?
Us? We're the bloody murder station, haven't you heard? We're the bad guys. No one likes us.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct. You're just understaffed. And everyone respects the 41st. You have Captain Price.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed station and the district is too big, which is why we need to...
Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the Sea Wing. It's not good.
Did we recently shoot up the church by any chance? No, we didn't.
So he remembers that.
Oh.
Yes, there may have been a
Wow.
raid on some churches. It wasn't good press.
Okay.
Shooting up churches never is. I was out of town, to be clear.
What happened? Why did we need to go there?
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our information. That's it. I'm not talking about this anymore. Your security clearance is shit tier right now. You have to wait for it to go up.
Your clearance will not go up while you're within earshot of the Union headquarters.
So I work in the bloody murder station.
Okay, it's not the bloody murder station. It's an old converted silk mill with green desk lamps and a coffee corner. A lot of good people work there, hard, every day.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershoal. Faubourg, technically, but it's divided into 11 districts. Jamrock only has us.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest of the districts. You're lucky to have it.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
Alright, I'm ready.
Good.
Fuck it, let's go. Trump brought his motor carriage. It's a 20-minute drive to Jamrock.
Under the evening sky, the great district turns on its lights. A chessboard of wooden houses, 80,000 living souls inside. Fire traps as far as the eye can see, from Main Street to Precinct 41 atop the motorway, to Boogie Street forking into the dark horizon. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. On Rue de Saint-Jérôme, a square bullet slides into a square-shaped chamber. In Old South, a man without eyelids smiles. Spring has come. It's time.
Wonderful. Then can we please just go back to Jamrock now?
Alright. Oh. Ah. Yeah. Oh. Damn. Okay, just don't even open the door. Sure. Okay. Yeah, just pretend the door is closing. Okay. Wow, that was it. Damn. Oh. Just like that. Case closed. That was great, honestly. Loved the narration, the voice acting, everything about it. I know they didn't originally have voice acting until the final cut, but yeah. That was great. Like, that had to have been like the best ending to get. Huh? But yeah, I know there's like a bunch of stuff I didn't do within the game. But yeah. Yeah, there you go. Well, that's it. Yep. Mm. Oh, yeah.
But yeah, great game, just all around. Okay.